Hi guys, I just want to brief the breaker project and what we're looking for here. So we just finished our day, the 2nd of March, and what we want to try and do is work out where the breaker manipulation is, what the MAE of that manipulation is, and the MFE. And we're looking for the 3-hour apex to be able to measure this. All right, so let's zoom in. I'll just change my cursor here to a demonstration tool. So for Asia, we've had our first 3-hour block here, and we're using the 5-minute time frame, and we're looking for a low to the high, and we're going to use the candle body and the wicks for these. So let's just mark the line across here. We can do this as a whole box as well. So this is what we're going to call our manipulation zone or our breaker zone. This whole rectangle box here. And this becomes our pivot high until that high is broken. So we then want to measure the expansion over the next 3 to 6 hours, which we can see we've got a 3-hour line here, another 3-hour line, and then we go into another manipulation swing here. So we can then draw that line on across here. We'll put another box on. I've just got boxes here just for our normal opening ranges. The main ones we want to look at are these manipulation swings here. And what we're going to do is we're going to measure from the break from the wick. So if we get our measuring tool, we're going to use our price and range tool here. We're going to measure up to the high here. So now we can enter in our MAE 0.22%. And then we want to measure expansion from this same point, from this wick low that created the high. And we're going to measure that right down to here, to the low of the day. And this was 1.49%. Quite a large expansion here. Now I want to add a standard deviation on this and record the measurement from the standard deviation. I'm just using a maximum of 4.5. Settings here for the deviations. And we're dragging from the high to the low. I want to be paying attention to each 0.5 area. So I'm just going to drag that on as a line. 2.5. These are actually areas where we tend to get our redistribution or reaccumulation. So we can see that we hit a standard deviation of 4.5 here. Okay, let's move on now to London. So London, so we come down, smash through that SD 4.5, and then we have our high here that made the low on the 5-minute chart. So that becomes our breaker line. We can draw our box on, and now we want to measure that. So we have a MAE of 0.24. And MFE of 2.29%. Just move these, copy this one. 2.29. We'll do our standard deviation pull. Hitting 4.5 there again. And then we have, for our daily classifications, we have a long false for Asia, long true for London. So we want to record these as well. Short false for New York 1 and long true for New York 2. If we want to do the MAE and MFE for the next, if we go from 6 o'clock to end of day, we can then use this whole swing here. This becomes our next breaker. You can draw that on with our rectangle box, quite large, this one. Where did that low come in? Back. So then we have a MAE of 0.59 and MFE from this one 1.45. Do a deviation. Deviation of SD 2.5. Oh, did that just missed. So standard deviation 2 for that one. For this standard deviation pull, we're not going from this up close candle here just because it's within those previous 2 candles. So we can use the whole swing for this one. And so they were our main 3-hour pivots. So if we're following price action, we come across, we have our 3-hour apex here. This is our manipulation zone. We go into a 3-hour trend, into another 3-hour trend. We then get our apex here. So we're open low to the high close, measuring off of the breaker there. We come up to our levels here, and then we get an additional manipulation here and then for New York. So we have our apex here, and then expansion for the next 3 hours, and then another 3-hour. Oh, this 3-hour here was really, we come across, do another little apex up to that high, concluding the day. All right, guys. Looking forward to seeing some results from these. And yeah, we'll catch you later.